I feel like I've hit a wall with minimalism. I don't declutter the way I used to because I don't have the stuff to purge. I don't buy new things because I have everything that I need. And if I don't, I'm able to have the discipline to go out and get just what I need instead of buying impulse purchases. So if I've decluttered, I've read the books, I've watched the YouTube channels, I've read the blog, I've done the thing. I'm a minimalist. What do I do now? This has been the thing I've been struggling with for the longest time because like since I started minimalism, it's been like, okay, do this and then do this and then do this. There are all sorts of lists about like how to declutter, how to keep going. It's always been like a challenge. There's always been a task. And I think I figured out what the next step is. That's right. It's time for a no-buy year. Now, I have a kid and I have a business and I have a home and I'm like a person on the planet. So before you freak out, no, this does not mean I'm not going to spend a single dollar in 2024. But before I get into what I'm going to buy and what I'm not going to buy, here are some reasons that I'm doing this challenge this year. First of all, the money. Emmett's delivery bill, even with insurance covering a majority of it, is still going to cost us about $12,000 out of pocket. Don't even get me started. We have about $9,000 left in a family loan to help us with the down payment on the house. And although there's like no interest and there's no deadline on that, I still count it as a debt and I want to pay it back as fast as possible. Our property taxes continue to double every year. Double. They've doubled since last year. These are the type of bills that as a newly married couple, as new homeowners and new parents, we do not have backup cash for, especially because I feel like my savings account still hasn't recovered since COVID. And this past year, I had to take off a bunch of time for maternity leave. I work for myself, so no one's paying me maternity leave money. I basically just ate through my savings until I had to go back to work, which for those of you following along at home was much sooner than I was supposed to go back to work, but somebody had to feed the baby. So with all of these bills, plus our everyday power, groceries, gas, the budget is tight. And I am so old and am in desperate need of a better retirement account. So something's got to change like yesterday. So there are the practical reasons for the no-buy year. More relevantly, here are the philosophical ones. It is disgusting to me that in this first world America culture, that every single thing that you could ever want to do costs money. My father has been saying forever that like it costs $100 every time he leaves the house. And I thought that was always kind of silly, but then you start doing the math and you're like, okay, a babysitter for like 2 hours is $40. Parking wherever you're gonna go, probably $10. Whatever you're going out to do or eat or buy is, you know, maybe around $40. Car maintenance averaged out for every trip that you take per year, maybe about $10. The experience that you went out and did, definitely not priceless. So I'm gonna try to buck that system this year. We're gonna see how many things we can do for free, how many things in our community we can go out and support without spending a ton of money, or if we spend money, it's more of a donation scenario instead of like a purchasing a material good. Okay, so the reasons out of the way, what am I not buying? A lot of these videos break it down to like red items, like red light items, things you cannot buy. Yellow light items, things you can buy under certain circumstances, and green light items that you can spend money on as freely as possible. My hard nose, the red light list as it were, is as follows. No alcohol for the house, for me. I want to drink some alcohol as a person who likes to indulge every once in a while. I can go out and I can do it socially. I don't need to be having a cocktail or a glass of wine every evening in the home. It's expensive. It's making me keep a little bit too much of that baby weight, and I just don't need it. My husband can buy whatever he likes for himself, but I'm not going to be purchasing rum or whiskey for the next year for myself, and trust me, that's going to be hard enough as it is, but it's a good thing. No books for me, as you may have been able to tell. I have plenty. I also have a very well-used library card and a Kindle, so I don't even have to wait to rent library books. I can just go on my Libby app, download whatever book is available, it goes directly to my Kindle, and I don't even have to go to the library if I don't want to. I am challenging myself this year to read as many of these books as I can. Whatever doesn't get read by the end of the year, probably not that important to me anyway, and can head on over to Second and Charles. No new clothes. It's been really important to me for the last year to buy secondhand, and I've been doing a pretty good job, especially with the changes in my body from pre-baby to pregnant to post-baby. And I don't really need that much in my capsule wardrobe, but there are a couple things that don't fit the way they used to that I actually do need. And I love ThredUp. I also have a thrift shop in Kennesaw that I like to go visit, so I have options for where to get secondhand clothes. Convenient options for where to get secondhand clothes. So there's really no excuse to buy anything new. And my last hard no is no Christmas cards. I didn't send Christmas cards this year because A, I could not afford it, and B, I could not get my act together in time. And I can't tell you how much money and stress this saved me. We will make a nice social media post with some good family photos that we spent money on, and more people will see it more immediately than if I sent something pretty through the mail. I love getting Christmas cards, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm gonna try yet again to not send them this year. Okay, so my yellow list, I'm calling it the reined in list. There are really only 2 things on it: furniture or home goods. My husband and I have some sinking funds for pieces of furniture that we would like to fill our home with and replace some older pieces of furniture that are just not matching our lifestyle anymore. Not necessarily just the look we want, but really aren't working in the functionality of our house. We will save up for those items, we will purchase those items, and then we will properly resell the other pieces of furniture. I will repair and upgrade as much furniture as possible by either getting it recovered or getting doors and panes of glass replaced for as much as we possibly can. It is very tempting to want to fill our house with furniture, especially because this house is double the size of the house we lived in before. So there are empty rooms. My living room is pretty empty. There's no furniture in it except for this desk and this chair. So I'm going to make sure that I continue to not just go out and buy cute stuff when I don't really actually need it right now. Baby growth things. So I have a baby. He's about to be 7 months old, which is insane. So there are things that he is going to need as he continues to grow over the next year. We're going to try elimination communication. We're going to try some other things that having specific tools for will be very helpful and probably lead to the more likely success of that activity. I'm going to try out to find all of those things secondhand. If I can't, I'm not going to have any guilt for needing to buy them new, because I know that I will responsibly rehome them once I am done using them, or I can save them for a second kid and then do that then. But I will not be withholding his success for a New Year's resolution for myself. He deserves more than that. I'm gonna give him the best. I'm gonna try anyway. Best on a budget. And then my green light list is the go for it list. Spend money on it as much as you want. Food and drinks out with friends. Like I said, not gonna have alcohol at the house, but I can go out to drinks with my buddies whenever I like, because I will be out. I will be social, which I need the encouragement to do, especially during these lean times and when I have a baby and I spend a lot of time in my house. I want to stop basically bringing takeout home to eat it alone at my desk, because that's sad and depressing. So if I want to eat something that wasn't cooked at my house, I need to be going out and doing that with someone, even if it's just my husband and my baby, because we don't want to eat whatever's in our house. We can go out, we can make an event of it if we're going to spend the money to actually go and eat and drink out in the world. Paint! So we have a house, we are continuing to work on it and improve it, and we've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. And right now most of our house is painted white because I just repainted everything when we moved in. Nice, clean, new white, so that we could have a fresh slate, essentially. So this year, I would like to add a lot of color into our house in order to fill our house with color instead of filling it with stuff. And I've got a couple ideas. I got a couple of fun ideas coming in, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So whatever color paint I want, I'm gonna go Sherwin-Williams. I'm gonna get my fancy paint. It's gonna be great, and I will have no guilt over it. That's it. Basically, I want Caleb Hammer to one day look at my bank statements and have them be the shortest ones he has ever seen. That's also it, because this is gonna be hard enough without like a laundry list of things that I'm not allowed to buy. I don't wanna have to go to the store every time and be like, ooh, what can I not buy this year? No, these are rules that I think I will realistically stick to. So why even make a video about these like 6 or 7 measly things that I'm doing for my no buy year? Because there are so many videos on YouTube about like 2024 things I'm not buying in 2024. Yes, they are sensational and they are a lot of fun to watch and see how these people come up with 2024 items that they're not going to buy this year. Like heroin or a tiger. I don't buy those things either on a regular basis, so I don't know why they need to be on a no buy list. You need to cut out that idea of denying yourself things and lean into the idea of not buying these couple of things gives you more freedom. And videos like that also make sustainability and minimalism and zero waste seem inaccessible to people. I want you to know that even if you just are like, I'm not buying nail polish this year, that is an excellent no buy. It's just completely unattainable for those of us who have real lives to give ourselves 100+ things we can't buy in a year. Buy what you need, but realize what you actually need. That's the goal. There are a lot of fabulous YouTubers doing no buy years this year. And not just to rein in spending, stop impulse purchasing, or paying down debt, but because it is a giant FU to consumerism to just decide not to be swayed by other people's thoughts about what you need. And it is a big, huge hug hello to planet Earth, as hippie-ish as that sounds, to really consider what you are actually consuming and what you will eventually need to recycle or throw away. Maybe there's something this year that you want to stop buying or you want to keep your money from. Let me know, because I want to make sure that I'm not the only person out here just trying to get by. If you want a list of all the basic shit people buy that I don't buy, let me know in the comments below, because I will happily walk down the aisles of Target and show you all the stuff you can walk right on past. Until next time.